Hi, I'm attorney Richard Luthmann, and we are here today in Kings County in Brooklyn, New York. We are here in front of the steps of the Supreme Court House and in the shadow of the statue of Senator Robert Kennedy. And we're here talking about a case that's been filed, Janet Posley-Jordan versus the Staten Island Mental Health Society and others. And this is an apt place to be because this case was filed in Kings County, and we're in the shadow of Senator Robert Kennedy, a great family man. And this case is about a family that we want to see reunited. And but for the outrageous actions of several individuals and an organization, Staten Island Mental Health Society, Janet Posley-Jordan would be with her 5 beautiful daughters right now. What this really should be is a resounding success story about the family courts, about the administration of children's services, and about drug treatment programs working together to reunite a family, to have people doing the right thing in our city. It would be a great day for New York City. In fact, today is a terrible day for New York City. And I'll let Janet talk a little bit in a moment about what she's been through. But the basics of this case are very, very simple. Janet has been 2.5 years clean from drugs and alcohol. She had a rough patch in her life, and she had her children placed in foster care because of it. But since she made the decision to become clean and sober, and to become a good person, and to follow the program, and to follow the family court's instruction, she became somebody that has shown leadership skills, someone that has shown she's worthy of being a parent, and she's someone that her children are worthy to have in their life and mothering them. The fact of the matter is, in August of last year, Janet took a test at her program, a random urine screening test, and the test came back positive for K2, synthetic marijuana. Janet knew right then and there something must be wrong because she's not using. She hasn't used, she's clean and sober, and she wants to have her kids back. So they had her take another test for K2, that also came back positive. Right then and there, reports were made by Staten Island Mental Health Society to the courts, to ACS, saying that she'd failed the drug test. She was days away from moving out of the shelter into housing, having programs that'll help her to get her furniture, to have her kids, to make a suitable place for them to stay, to have ACS have a site visit, and to go to family court and have a custody awarded to her. This was all derailed by that report. But several weeks later, Staten Island Mental Health Society found out that the entire batch of K2 tests were false positives. That means anyone who would have taken that test, whether or not they had K2 in their system, would have tested positive. Now, the problem in this case is that Staten Island Mental Health Society did not report the false test with the vigor that they reported the positive test. In fact, the test in August was discovered several weeks later. It wasn't corrected with the courts until December, when a letter was written by a mental health counselor who was a whistleblower against the orders of her supervisors, said this is the moral thing to do. This woman doesn't have her kids, and it's not her fault. She's done everything right. She's working within the program. She's working within what the family court has ordered. She's doing the right thing by herself and her family. At today's date, up to today's date, May of the next year, 2016, Janet Posley-Jordan still doesn't have her children back. So we filed a lawsuit. We have served Staten Island Mental Health Society. We want answers. First and foremost, we want her to have her children back. Second of all, we want to know what happened there. That this is just outrageous conduct. How can this happen in today's day and age with a group that receives New York City funding from the City Council to the tune of over $500,000 a year, and an additional $450,000 was just awarded to them in the mayor's latest budget. We also have to know, how do we make sure this never happens again? So I'm going to hand this over right now for a few moments to Janet, and we're going to show her beautiful 5 children. She's going to talk about what's happened and what this ordeal has been like and what she's been through. Janet, you're going to talk to the microphone. Show.
Okay. And I feel like they let me down. I've been clean for 2 years. My kids want to come home. I have done nothing wrong by the rules. I feel like Staten Island mental health let me down. And of course it's hard on me for no reason because of this K2. I've never smoked the K2. I don't know what is the K2. But I've been coming positive for it. Y'all blame me for something that I have not done. My kids need to come home to me. Like, I'm not a bad parent. I've complied by everything. I had bumps in the road in the past, but I fixed everything up to get my kids back. In 2 years, not 2 days, but 2 years, I've been clean. And y'all still, to this day, haven't given me my kids back. And y'all made it seem like it was my fault when it's not my fault. And then y'all kicked me out the program of Staten Island Mental Health to go to a different program because y'all knew that y'all was wrong. Like, I'm hurting every which